Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be walking around Animal Kingdom. I haven't been here in quite a while, so in kind of the same theme with some of the past videos, I'm just going to be seeing what's new for me, at least, kind of seeing some of the new ideas that have come out. I believe I saw online recently that there are a couple new character meet and greets. I also wanted to discuss some of the rumors of the Dinoland USA area and what it might be, and just kind of get a sense of what's going on in Animal Kingdom right now. I'll probably stop and get some lunch at some point, so I'll let you guys know, what I think of wherever I decide to eat from. But yeah, just gonna be walking around Animal Kingdom today. Not really a set plan, and just kind of getting to explore this park again. Well, Barry wants to go in front. Please stay seated. When they come to a complete stop, make sure you have all your belongings and then walk to the exit gate. Bye-bye. Looks like we have just missed the Donald meet and greet for right now. I'm sure he'll be back out in the day. But here in Dinoland, one of the cool things is you can meet, I believe, Donald as well as Chip and Dale in different dinosaur costumes. I know Chip and Dale dress up like actual dinosaurs, whereas I believe Donald is dressed up more as like a paleontologist type character. But those are some pretty cool meet and greets to find in the area. So as I mentioned in the opening of this video, there are some rumors going around as to what's going to be happening with Dinoland USA. As far as I can tell, there's pretty much three main ideas of what's going to happen. The first being that nothing happens, that the area just kind of lives out its life, maybe gets some refreshes, and not too much changes. I don't think that that's the case. I believe that one of the other two main theories of what this area is going to become will likely be what takes place. The first of the other ideas, which is probably my favorite of the two, is that let me start by saying I am currently standing in front of what was Primeval Whirl, which was the second main attraction of Dinoland USA, behind Dinosaur, which still stands. The first main idea is that Disney World is going to get their version of the Indiana Jones attraction found at Disneyland, and that this area would become an Indiana Jones themed little land or area of the park. I think that that's plausible. It makes sense because that attraction seems to be a pretty big hit in Disneyland, so I could see maybe they would try to bring it out here. The other main idea, one that I've seen a little more recently, is that this is going to be transformed into a Moana themed area. This also makes a lot of sense since there's a Moana meet and greet at Animal Kingdom. They've also just released a Kakamora dessert, which I believe is seasonal, but still just another thing adding on to the Moana theming. I think both of these ideas are pretty plausible, pretty possible. And either one would probably be a good addition to the park. Dinoland is kind of run down. All of the colors are very faded from what they used to be. You can kind of just tell that it needs some love. So I would love to see Dinoland stay. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to. I would be happy with either of the two ideas, whether it is an Indiana Jones themed land or a Moana themed area, but I really wish that they would bring back some more of like the Dinoland stuff, maybe give it an update, and just kind of keep the land as it is. That's just me. But if they are going to bring in a new area, I think it would bring a lot more attraction to Animal Kingdom, which from my experience is typically the park that people stay at the least amount of time, and it does close earlier in the day than the other parks. But I think that having another big attraction could be really beneficial for this park, so that it would take some of the weight off of Pandora, which is always very, very busy, and just give something else a little boost. And you can see here on Triceratops Spin along with some of the other signs as well. The colors are just very faded, like they haven't been very well maintained. Part of that is just due to the Florida weather. We get a lot of rain and hurricanes and whatnot that make it hard to keep up with things that are outdoors. But you could tell that this area just hasn't really gotten the love that it should to stay bright and popping. All of these like bluish greens are very faded. Even that sign looks very weathered and damaged. So yeah, that's kind of what leads me to believe that they are just going to abandon the idea of Dinoland and eventually, I mean, piece by piece, turn it into something that's a little more marketable. Since when it comes to Dinoland, there aren't really any mainstream Disney characters that can be tied to the area. You know, they've added Donald as one of the main characters along with Chip and Dale. That's why they have their meet and greets here. But if they were to market it as a Moana area or an Indiana Jones area, it would be easier to sell more merchandise, perhaps even more tickets to the park. So I think that is probably what will be the main factor in what Disney decides to do with it. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing news. Hopefully they say something soon. I know that Primeval World has been shut down for quite a long time, and a lot of people have been speculating as to what's going to come of the area. So I think that Disney will probably make announcements maybe at the beginning of next year. So we will stay in the loop and we will let you guys know if we hear anything. And also drop a comment down below if you guys have heard anything about it that maybe we don't know. If they do decide to retheme the Dinoland USA area of Animal Kingdom, I wonder what they're going to do with this attraction, since it won't really fit the theme of Indiana Jones or Moana, but it is also based on a Disney licensed film of the same title. So I'm a little bit curious to know what they would do with this, if perhaps they would leave it as just a little homage to Land Past, or if they would end up changing this into something for one of the new areas. I just walked by the Flame Tree Grill, and it's got to be up there as one of the best smells of walking through any of the Disney parks. It might even be the best smell of all of the Disney parks, walking by and smelling the fresh barbecue and everything else that they make. It smells absolutely delicious every time. Well, I thought I would head into the Pandora area to grab some lunch, because they have one of my favorite Disney park meals at the canteen. So I will show you guys when I get there. I've never actually seen either of the Avatar films, but I think that this is one of the coolest and well-themed areas in any of the Disney parks. I don't know how much it, holds itself to the source content, but at least for me, I think that they have done a very good job with this stuff, making it look very unique and distinct to what it's supposed to be. But I would like to eventually maybe see the films, just so I could get a better idea of what all of this stuff is and how it compares to what they've done in the park. Here we are at the Satuli Canteen, and I have already placed a mobile order, so I'm just waiting to get the notification that my food is ready, and then I'll head inside and pick it up. So I decided to go with the cheeseburger steamed pods, which are basically cheeseburger stuffed bao buns. I think these are one of the best meals that they serve at Disney. They're always warmed all the way through. The bao bun is typically very soft, and I love the side of chips that comes with it. I did get 2 sides of chips instead of chips and slaw, just because I think the chips are a little bit better. But this is going to be lunch for today. I've had this before, so I don't really feel the need to review it, but I'll let you guys know my thoughts at the end of it anyway. Well, that meal was very good. It was just how I remembered it. The cheeseburger pods were very good. They were warmed all the way through. The bao bun was soft. I do like to add mayonnaise and ketchup to mine just so that they're a little less dry. But I think the filling is very tasty. You can taste all of the things that you're supposed to, especially the pickle. So if you like that, you know, you're in for a good one. But that was really good. The only, like, it's not even really a complaint, but suggestion that I have is the chips, I feel like would be better if they were warmed. Mine were just room temperature, which I'm fine with, but I do think it would be a little bit better if the chips were warmed, in addition to the pods as well. One thing that I did notice while I was walking through the area is here at Pongu Pongu Snacks, they are currently selling cinnamon rolls. Now, I don't know if this is a limited time thing or if this is going to be a regular edition, but they are adding cinnamon rolls as a snack that you can get from this stand. Well, the last time I was here at Animal Kingdom, they were doing some work on the exterior of the Harambe Market area, and there were walls pretty much all the way up and down here as far as I remember. But it looks like they have finished, and it looks really good. It all looks, you know, fitting to the theme that they were going for, and it looks very well done. So everything seems to be open, and again, I'm sure this has probably been this way for a while, but it's new to me, so I thought I would throw it in here that all of the walls are down, and Harambe Market looks to be back open to its full operating power. So I just walked through the Asia area of Animal Kingdom, and in doing so, I walked by Expedition Everest, and I noticed that the standby wait time was at 80 minutes, which is pretty high for what I normally see when I go by or when I just check the app for wait times. So it looks like it's a pretty busy day today, so definitely keep that in mind. I know in a couple of videos ago I had mentioned that Universal didn't seem to have hit its peak summer hours. I can't really say the same for Disney. Whenever we go in the evenings or even in the afternoon just to walk around, I tend to look at the wait times, and they're starting to get pretty high. So it is about to reach that peak season. So keep that in mind if you guys are coming to the parks. Perhaps you might want to explore Genie Plus, see what that could do for you to shorten the wait times down using that feature, or just try to get to the parks as early as possible and get some of the bigger rides done, so that in the later afternoons when things are getting busy, you can do some of the smaller rides if you want to experience everything in the park. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Unfortunately, I was not able to find the new character meet and greets that I had read about. I had seen online that Eeyore and Thumper were supposed to be meeting somewhere in Animal Kingdom, but I wasn't able to find them, and they're not currently listed on the Disney app to show where or when they would be meeting. But, you know, we were able to take a pretty good look at Dinoland and get some lunch, so overall a pretty good day. Be sure you guys are staying hydrated. It's starting to get in the 90s and even hundreds here in Florida, so if you guys are visiting the parks, be sure to drink water and electrolytes. Thank you guys for continuing to support the channel. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and join us on our next Florida Fun Quest.